My name is Vito Scaletta. I was born in Sicily in 1925. That little guy's me. I'm standing there with my parents and my sister Francesca in front of our old house. I don't really remember too much about the old country, except that we were pretty hard up. And then one day my father decided it was time to move away.
Mafia 2 came out in 2010 for the PS3, 360, and PC. I've been in a really big gangster mafia mood lately, so I felt like this game was going to fill that void for me for the time being. I never played the original that came out in 2002, but I'll pick up the remastered version when that comes out. When I played the game back on the PS3, I remember really liking this game, so I decided to get for the PC years later. I never really touched it, however, but when I found out that the people who own the original versions of the game got the remastered version free, I said fuck it and decided to play it again. The story is about a man born in Sicily named Vito Scaletta who then migrates to the States with his family. He gets caught robbing a jewelry store and is drafted into World War II, which is the first level of the game. Here you learn how to shoot, use cover, throw grenades, and use different weapons. Once you complete that level, you are then brought back to the States where you are really introduced to the world you'll be playing in, Empire Bay, this game's interpretation of New York City. The thing I love about this game is how the story keeps you playing. You are essentially watching a gangster movie kinda in the same vein of Goodfellas and Scarface. The characters of the game are really good because it doesn't feel like you are introduced to characters that will be irrelevant later on. Everyone seems to play a big role in some way or another throughout the course of the game, one of my favorite characters being your lifelong friend, Joe. The humor relief of the story and a very compelling character, he is the one that really brings you into the life of crime. The voice acting for this game is great. You are very convinced with the characters these voice actors are playing as. The game is 15 chapters long and can take about roughly 10 to 13 hours to complete depending on how you play. This is a very linear game. There is very little to do outside of the story missions. You are given the ability to do certain things that can make you money, like bringing cars to a car crusher, but there really isn't any incentive to do so because there isn't anything to spend your money on in the game that really matters. There is a gun shop you can go to, but you will always come across weapons during missions and plenty of ammo to use. The clothing shops are nice, and you can go to a body shop where you can have stolen cars be completely yours, tune them up, and detail the car. It's not very extensive, but alright nonetheless. There are Playboy magazines and wanted posters you can collect throughout the game, but that's really about it in terms of collectibles. The car mechanics in this game are pretty good. The sense of speed when you're going 100 miles per hour is great, but when going around corners or trying to navigate throughout the city can be a bit troublesome sometimes, because the cars always feel like that they're always sliding around. You also have a gas meter in the car, so keep an eye on that or else your gas light will turn on. There are plenty of gas stations around the world, so you have no issue finding them at all. There isn't a lot of video games that really utilize this mechanic, but I think it's pretty cool that they added this into the game. It gives a pretty good immersion feel to it. The one cool thing that I thought was also pretty immersive was the police system in the game. You have blue markers and arrows indicating where police are at all times. If you are driving, then you don't want to be speeding past them or hitting them or other cars around them. If they catch your license plate, then you will be cited by police as soon as you come across them, which means you should go to a body shop, change the look of your ride, or just choose to get into another car. Same thing with your clothing. If you are caught doing something bad, then you should change your clothes so they don't recognize you later on. If you are caught, then you have the ability to bribe them, let them arrest you, or try and run. The shooting system is pretty good too. You have a pretty decent variety of weapons to choose from, such as Tommy guns, shotguns, revolvers, grenades, molotovs, and pistols. The aiming system can be good as it has an auto aim ability, but that can also be its big downfall because if you are in cover and a guy is running towards you, then once you get out of cover to try and shoot them, you can end up pointing your gun at somebody completely different and that gets you killed. It is very, very annoying. A big thing you should really utilize is the cover system because when you get shot or hurt, it can deplete your health very fast. So essentially, just like in real life, don't get shot and maybe you won't die, because sometimes I feel like I'm getting one hit killed. And with that comes a very poor checkpoint system, because while it took me a while to actually die in some of the missions in the game, I can get very far into a building full with guys to kill. When I die, I tend to be brought back to the very beginning of that level and do it all over again. So you gotta be patient, pick your shots, and be mindful of your actions, because that can cost you a lot of time if you keep screwing up like I did sometimes. It can be very annoying, but just like I said, be patient. The graphics on this game are pretty good too, especially this being the definitive edition and revamping the textures and draw distance. This is truly the version you want to get your hands on if you haven't played this game yet. So if you are just looking for a simple game that tells a really good narrative, then you are in the right place. Anything outside of that, then you will be disappointed by the lack of activity outside of the main storyline missions. If you are looking for anything more than that, then I would advise playing other games like Scarface or GTA Vice City. But overall, I would definitely say that this game certainly is worth your time and a good time to play. Just don't expect anything groundbreaking. Guys, my name is Pedro Ordonez, also known as GameLike7. Please subscribe, comment, like, thumbs up, do whatever you guys can to support this channel. Let me know what you guys want me to cover next, and I will see you guys in my next video. Peace out.